let's get ready to rumble! It is time for our prediction video for Wrestlemania 36. First off, though, I just want to say, hope that everyone is healthy out there, keeping their physical distance, coughing into their shirt, sneezing into their shirt. Let's stay safe. Let's lower this curve, and let's beat this virus. It's a strange time, I tell you guys. It's a strange time. So, like, basically every sport is on hiatus right now, either canceled or postponed. I know golf has postponed, like, the Masters to, like, October. It was supposed to be, I think, was it supposed to be this weekend or next weekend? I forget which. Probably this weekend, because next weekend's Easter. So, wrestling is basically the only thing that's stayed on, but so the only reason why is because they have their own WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. So they've been doing SmackDown and Raw there with no crowds, nothing. This is good and bad because at least we still get a little bit of wrestling. It's bad because I'm like those wrestlers that need the feel of the crowd, like just the electricity in the crowd. You can tell who needs that and who doesn't need that. Some are good with their promos. Some promos have been just like, oh my gosh, snooze fest. And then also with the matches at SmackDown and Raw, they'll show like the 45, 50-minute Battle Royal, or Royal Rumble, I guess, which happened in January with crowds, which is great, but then it's like, need new storylines, so this WrestleMania should be interesting because it is at the WWE Performance Center instead of where they were going to do it at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida. The attendance for this will be zilch, and it's going to feature the Raw, SmackDown, and the NXT brand, which is interesting because this will be the first time that the NXT brand is promoted on WrestleMania. They've always had like the Saturday show, but this is the first time. It's also taped, so it's not going to be live. So it was taped on March 25th and March 26th, and it will air tonight, April 4th, and tomorrow night, April 5th. So it's going to be the first time where WrestleMania is going to be in two parts, not live. And no attendance. So this should be interesting. Also, a little bit, we're doing well. Knock on wood. I still work a little bit, but I can work at home as well, so which is pretty cool. I don't have to be out in the community that much. So yeah, so we are doing well. Hope that you guys are doing well. And I hope that pretty soon we can get back to normal. Slowly but surely, let's get back to normal. We've got all kinds of stuff planned. We've got Lego builds. We've got toy reviews. We've got some interesting stuff coming down the pipeline. So, and then we'll see if there's going to be more wrestling prediction. I'm like, maybe that's going to be the only sport thing that we're going to be doing right now. It's been tough, but alright, so let's get right to it. Let's get to the matches. Let's get to match number one. So the match number one is for the NXT Women's Championship. We've got Rhea Ripley, the champ, versus Charlotte Flair. This should be an interesting matchup because Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble, and she decided, so if you win the Royal Rumble in January, then you can pretty much challenge anybody. So she could have challenged Bayley, or she could have challenged Becky Lynch, but instead she challenged the NXT champion, which I think is kind of interesting. This one's tough for me to predict because I'm like, are they really going to have Charlotte Flair as the NXT champion? Are they going to have the NXT championship at Raw? Right? So there's going to be like two champions on Raw because that's the brand that she's on? Or is she going to be doing NXT stuff? My prediction is something's going to happen. Obviously, someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. But Ripley's going to win somehow. Whether it's going to be like a bunch of NXT stars coming down and helping her out. Yeah, so my prediction is going to be Ripley beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. I can't believe I just said that. Am I going to say that? I guess I am. All right, so Rhea Ripley is going to stay the champ. Something's going to happen. I think Charlotte Flair is going to dominate this match, and then something interesting, something bizarre is going to happen, and she's going to end up losing this. The second match of the evening is for the WWE Championship. We've got the champion, Brock Lesnar, versus Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre, he won the Royal Rumble in January, so he decided to challenge Brock Lesnar. My pick for this is Drew McIntyre to win, but I would rather have had Drew McIntyre win and get the pop from the crowd. So I think a lot of directions that the WWE was going to go to is probably on hiatus for a bit. Because of there being no crowd in the stands, but I think this one's going to stay the same. I think Drew McIntyre is going to win it. They've been building this match up pretty good, so Drew McIntyre will be our new WWE champion, and hopefully he gets his pop at some point. They also need like the championship on Raw, like all the time. I remember back in the day. Well, when I was a kid, 80s, you wouldn't actually see the championship that much. You might see the Intercontinental Championship a lot, right? Savage might defend the Intercontinental Championship at the end of the Superstars, or whatever those Saturday shows were. There's like 2 or 3 of them, where basically like the stars would face off against the jobbers, and usually the jobbers would get some mocked, and then there'd be like one big match at the very end, or there could be like a tag team match that had 2 good tag teams, and then a main event. So now with Raw and SmackDown, you kind of get the same matches, and then you get pay-per-views all the time, and I don't know, it just seems like the WWE right now needs to go back to either the Attitude Era or go back to like when it was like Hogan and Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and you also get like some, I guess, B+ guys like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who was popular but wouldn't win many titles. Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. I think they have to go back to something like that, but I just don't know. But then the Attitude Era, you would see the championship all the time, but I'm like, the champions were actual, like, entertainers. Like, we had The Rock, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin, you had Triple H, you had Shawn Michaels. You had a lot of guys that could put on a good show, I guess. Bret the Hitman Hart. Yeah, so I'm like, WWE has to do something. It seems like a lot of wrestlers are complaining that they're not getting their chances, but I'm like, you always had to earn your chances. So let's make them earn their chance. Let's make them earn their title, and let's see the titles being fought like all the time. Right? Maybe the championships don't have to, but they have to be there, I think. You can't just not be at the show in this time of day. But I'm like, come on. Not everyone can become champion, okay? So let's get back to some WWE wrestling. All right, the third match is a singles match for the WWE Universal Championship. So we've got the defending champion, Goldberg, who won the title against The Fiend at the Royal Rumble, versus Braun Strowman. My pick for this one is going to be Braun Strowman. I think Braun deserves the title, and I think he will get the title. He'll beat Goldberg for the championship. The fourth match is a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship. We've got the champ, Becky Lynch, versus Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler winning this. She has been absolutely dominant. Becky Lynch, the man, you've had your run. You've had the title for a year now. So I'm like, Shayna Baszler, it's your time. I think she's gonna have a pretty good run with it too. I think there's a lot that can happen with that. Obviously there'll be another match between Becky and Shayna if she ends up winning. But I'm like, there's like the 4 horsemen, I guess, the 4 horsewomen, I guess, where you can have the UFC fighters versus like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and Charlotte Flair. I said Sasha Banks. So yeah, I'm like, there's a lot more I think you could do if Shauna wins the title, and I believe she's going to win the title. The fifth match is a Firefly Fun match. Funhouse match. It's between John Cena versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. My pick for this is a second loss in a row for The Fiend. You betcha. I never really liked The Fiend. It's not The Fiend, I guess it's Bray Wyatt. I'm like, John Cena is going to win this. And he's going to win. He's going to have to win the 17th title. He's going to break the record at some point, and it's probably going to be next WrestleMania. But hey, might as well have him beat The Fiend in the meantime. As the sixth match is a fatal five-way match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. We've got the champion Bayley versus Lacey Evans versus Naomi versus Sasha Banks versus Tamina. My pick for this is going to be Bayley. I think Bayley's going to win this. It's going to defend her championship. Bayley and Sasha Banks will team up or something at some point, even though Sasha's in this, and then Sasha will get knocked out by like Tamina or someone, and Bayley will pin Naomi for the title. That's my prediction. The seventh match is a Boneyard match. So I think the Boneyard match and the Firefly Funhouse match are both going to be outside of the arena in public somewhere. So I'm like, they could find anywhere really and just have the match. So the Boneyard match is between the Undertaker versus AJ Styles. As we all know, the Undertaker doesn't lose many WrestleMania matches. But I believe that AJ Styles is going to win this because AJ deserves a WrestleMania win versus The Undertaker. In my books, I think AJ is still the best wrestler on the roster. And, obviously you can't give him the title 5 years in a row. 5 years straight. So you have to have him lose and then go after like the U.S. Championship or other championships. But I think this is the year that he's going to be back on top. The eighth match is a match between Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. My prediction for this is the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. He has a new moniker. So Seth Rollins is my pick to win this match. The ninth match is a triple threat match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. We've got The Miz and John Morrison, the champs, versus The New Day, versus the Usos, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. My pick for this is going to be, and this is a triple threat ladder match, my pick for this is going to be the Usos to win this. They haven't had the title in a while, and I think they're going to be winning it back. The Miz and John Morrison, something's going to happen, and in the next probably SummerSlam or something, you will see a match between The Miz and John Morrison. The 10th match is another tag team match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. We've got the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza with Selena Vega. I think Selena Vega will try and get into this match for sure, but I think the Street Profits are going to win this. They just won the title. And, so I think the Street Profits will keep the title. The 11th match is a singles match between Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. My pick for this one is going to be Aleister Black is going to win this. Bobby Lashley, they seem to not know what to do with Bobby Lashley, which is I wish that they would. But hopefully, when Braun Strowman wins a title, maybe Bobby Lashley will be in that title picture, and maybe Bobby Lashley will win this title. Will win the title at some point, maybe this year, maybe next year. The 12th match is Elias versus King Corbin. I think everyone knows I don't like King Corbin. I don't like Corbin. I don't like King Corbin. I don't like the Lone Wolf Corbin. So Elias, it's about time you get your WrestleMania moment. The 13th match is an exciting match. It's a last man standing match. This is going to be amazing. It's Edge versus Randy Orton. My pick is, of course, the rated R superstar Edge. I think he'll be the last man standing. But it's exciting to have Edge back in the WWE. He hasn't wrestled since 2012. He returned at he returned at Survivor Series in the Royal Rumble match. He almost won it, which would have been absolutely awesome. But the pop that he got when he came out was amazing. I don't think anyone was expecting it, and it was just boom, here he comes. So it's good to see him back in the WWE. Hopefully he has a title run of some sort. Maybe even start off with the U.S. Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. I think that'd be very exciting. Talking about the Intercontinental Championship, we've got a matchup between the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn with Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan, and he will have Drew Gulak with him. I think Sami Zayn will win this. It's basically a 3-on-2. But of course, they like giving Daniel Bryan his Wrestlemania moments, but I'm going to pick Sami Zayn. There's a lot of matches. The 15th match is a tag team match for the Women's Tag Team Championship. We've got the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I think Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross will win the championship, and they will be your new tag team women's tag team champion. The last match is a match between Otis versus Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler will have Mandy Rose in her corner. Otis, I think, is going to beat Dolph Ziggler in this one. It's a big storyline where Otis was supposed to have a date with Mandy Rose. He was late, but then when he finally got to the restaurant, Dolph Ziggler was there and was having dinner with Mandy Rose. So it's kind of this love match. Otis, Dolph Ziggler. Otis is going to win this. He lost the girl, but he's going to win the match. Okay, those are the 16 matches. Comment down below who you think is going to win. Are we going to have new WWE champions? Will Brock Lesnar lose? Will Goldberg lose? There's a lot that I had to think about. Like, the original match was Goldberg versus Roman Reigns, but because of Roman Reigns' prior health issues, he's decided not to wrestle right now, which is a really good move on his part. So Braun Strowman was kind of just like flown in there. And also, I think when they have Goldberg lose, I think they want whoever wins to get that pop of the crowd. And also Brock Lesnar as well, right? Same thing with Drew McIntyre. It would have been nice for Drew to win the championship and just get that pop. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to lose. And I'm like, maybe one will lose. Maybe Goldberg will retain and kind of hold the championship until finally the crowd's allowed back in. But I'm not sure. Yeah, those are kind of like coin flips. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so remember to subscribe to the Callie and Join Squad. Hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Smash that thumbs up button. Share with family and friends. And I might go live either tonight or tomorrow with these. We will see. Alright, until next time, peace out.